Hello and welcome again, William Meyer here, and today I'd like to share with you my 6 reading levels. I love to read. If you visit my website, you know that I'm sharing a lot of things that I'm reading over the week. I'm sharing books that I read over time. I'm sharing articles. I share a lot of things that I'm reading over time. And I'm reading in different levels. And that's interesting because I actually was organizing what type of levels, what type of deep dive I'm doing on my reading. And then I saw that I have 6 different levels of reading. The first level is the most common one. It's reading to have fun. It is about having fun while we read. And it is essential to include things that are enjoyable to you in your reading routine. Comics, novels, things that are just nice, that you can just relax, you don't need to think about it. These readings transport you to an entire new world, helping you to see the world with different views, with different perspectives, and even just to relax, just to enjoy reading, just to understand different type of people, how different cultures work, just relaxing and reading about these different stories, as I mentioned, in comics, in novels, comedy, sports, a lot of different readings that are just to have fun. But then I go to level 2. There is the industry and world updates. This type of readings are a little bit more detailed and focused on trying to understand what is happening around you. It can be by reading papers from your industry to see what is happening that can impact your career, maybe reading the news to see what is happening in the world around you, but be careful. Be careful because if you read too much news, you can start to see the world just with the perspective to what is shared by the news. And good things are not actually shared by the news, not because they don't want, but this is not part of the game of sharing things that people are going to click. So this is hard, but reading things that update you about the world or update you about your industry is really important. It's important to know what is happening. It's important to know what can impact you and how you can be prepared to this impact. So when you're reading about AI, for example, it's good that you understand how this can impact you, what are the problems and the benefits coming from it, and also how you can be prepared, the things that you can learn to be better after these changes. The third level are the non-technical articles. Non-technical articles are like the blogs around the internet where professionals are sharing what they think about what is happening in the industry. Normally, it should be based on facts and data, this is important, but also sometimes it's just someone sharing what they think, what they believe that could happen after something happened in the world, or after something changed in their careers, or after something changed in the industry. So taking again the example of AI, non-technical articles are a good moment to reflect and see what people are saying about it. So it's like if you are a project manager, it's like to see the opinion from other project managers on how this can impact your profession. So based on this information and based on these different reflections, you can organize your own opinion about it. And finally, we go to level number 4, that are the non-technical books. Reading non-technical books is really interesting because it helps you to understand society, understand people, and understand other things that are not just related to your work. It's like reading biographies, history books, reading about politics, reading about the life, reading about different cultures, reading about different countries, are those books that help you to understand how things work and actually organize all those things connected to who you are professionally. It should also help you to relax, because when you're reading a biography, you are learning about this person, you are learning how their life went, and also you're learning about this person, you're learning about their lives, and actually understanding the mistakes and the good things they did that you can actually apply to your life. And then we can move to the level number 5, the technical and scientific articles. Technical articles help you to understand, based on data, facts, based on science, how things actually work and how this is being applied to in our industry. And where you can find it? Well, Basically, business magazines, scientific journals, research papers, and so many other sources are going to help you to trust in the things that you are reading, because this is based on the facts. And this content is going to provide you a deep dive into the topics. So it's not just reading on the surface. You are actually deep diving. You are actually going deep about the content and really understanding on the roots of each topic. And I don't need to say that this is a brain exercise, because your brain are going to read in a more complex way, and you need to put all your attention, all your concentration about this reading to make sure that you understand in the better way possible. And then we have the level number 6, the deep and technical books. Those books that challenge you, that you cannot read fast, that you cannot just read talking with other people around you, because this is actually complex. You need to put really concentration, attention, effort to understand what the book is saying to you. And much more deep than a technical article or the study or the research, the book already have the conclusions about the topic, and you need to deep dive to understand all the data around the book, all the cases, all the examples, and connect them in a good way to understand the book in the better way possible, and take the lessons with you, because this is the most important thing when you read a book that is deep in technical details. You need to bring the information in a good way, connect to your life, connect to your career. Otherwise, you're going to waste your time. So the 6 levels organized during the week or during my month help me to make sure that I'm reading the right things. And as I mentioned in other videos in this channel you can find, I'm using Readwise and Reader to help me organize everything that I have to read, or the things that I was reading in the past that I have some highlights to review over the time. Everything is organized in a way that I never forget what I read, because I have this second brain working to me to make sure that all my readings are in the same place and I don't need to think about them, because if I was reading something it was important, I highlighted, and my system is now working to make sure that my brain is going to have a new piece of information to remember about this in the future again, or in other moment in my life. And again, remember that reading, it should be a relaxed moment in your day. Don't put pressure on yourself. Reading is great. I read a lot because I love to read, and the more I read, the more I want to read. The more I know about something, the more I know that I don't know anything about any topic, because there's so much to learn. And this is why it's so wonderful to discover through the letters, through the paragraphs, all the amazing worlds that can open in front of me in a book, in an article, or many other sources. I hope you like it. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're not. There's so much on my website that I'm creating to you that I'm sure that you're going to enjoy. So thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.